On Herbenusstraat stands the St. Servatius School, which was built in 1912. The building is attributed to famous architect Pierre Cuypers, who built the Rijksmuseum in Amsterdam, among other things. Not far from Herbenusstraat lies the Academy of Fine Arts, built by a contemporary architect, Wiel Arets. This building was built much later. It was completed in 1993. Helmstraat used to be the location of the imposing building that housed the Gemeentelijke HBS and the Stedelijk Gymnasium, two secondary schools. Those three buildings tell the history of the elementary, secondary, and higher education in Maastricht. The school at Herbenusstraat was one of many 19th century school buildings in Maastricht. In 1838, in the In den Roden Leeuw building, priest Louis Hubert Rutten founded a small school for underprivileged children of the working class. No tuition needed to be paid, and it was particularly oriented towards religious instruction. With the help of volunteers and the investment of his own means, Rutten succeeded in expanding his schools and educational program. In 1840, he founded the Congregation of the Brothers of the Immaculate Conception, better known as the Brothers of Beaert. The congregation grew quickly. The number of schools around the current Kapucijnenhof also increased very quickly. The brothers' thorough education earned such a good reputation that the bourgeoisie and aristocracy also wanted to send their children to the brothers' schools. Of course, they did pay tuition. The St. Aloysius School on Brusselsstraat was the most popular school. Many Maastricht people learned to read and write with the brothers. The Adventures of Wipnose and Pim were devoured. This series of children's reading books was written by the brothers themselves. Until 1968, the building of the Stedelijk Lyceum was situated where the brand new facade wall is now, along Helmstraat. This school developed from the distinguished Stedelijk Gymnasium and the Gemeentelijke HBS. This is where the Dominicans provided education at a high level. Famous scholar Jan Pieter Minkelers taught here, and the principal of the HBS, J.H. Hofmans, was the first to take X-rays in the Netherlands, 1 year after the discovery of X-rays in January 1896. In 1864, the Hogere Burgerschool, HBS, merged with the Stedelijk Gymnasium, which had already been set up in the remaining buildings of the Dominican monasteries much earlier. At the end of the 19th century, both schools were given a new building in the same spot, in the rather pompous style that was much beloved among the distinguished bourgeoisie. Entire generations of students were taught Latin and Greek at the Gymnasium, or modern languages, economics and accountancy at the HBS. In 1968, the school, symbol of the distinguished bourgeoisie, was demolished to make way for the Entre-Deux shopping centre, which in turn made way for the current, historicised modern facade wall on Helmstraat during the first decade of the 21st century. Many people from Maastricht think back to the bulwark of wisdom and to the teachers of the Stedelijk Gymnasium with nostalgia. The city's ceramic industry needed good draftsmen and designers. This need had to be filled by the Staatsteken School, the City School of Art, which was the predecessor of the Kunstnijverheid School, the School for Industrial Art, which was established in 1926. This school offered an education for monumental painting and stained glass artistry, professions that were in considerable demand in the Catholic South during these days. Jos Postmes became the first principal of this school. In 1959, this school became the Staatsacademie voor Toegepaste Kunsten, the City Academy for Applied Arts, which merged into the Rijkshogeschool Maastricht, the State Academy of Maastricht, under the name of Academy voor Beeldende Kunsten, the Academy for Expressive Arts. Since 1993, it is housed in the glass building at Herdenkingsplein, designed by architect Wiel Arets. Not long after World War II, a number of artistic educations were created in the quarter around the Bonnefanten Cloister, where a true quartier latin came into being. This is how, in 1947, The Academie van Bouwkunst, the Academy of Civil Engineering, was formed, and 1 year later, the Jan van Eyck Academy. In 1950, the Toneel Academy, the Academy of Dramatic Art, moved into the former Protestant orphanage on Lenkoelenstraat, while the city secondary school of music, situated on the same street, was allowed to call itself Conservatory from 1956. In 1950, the hotel school started in the Grand Hôtel de Lévrier de l'Aiglennois on Bosstraat. In 1993, all these educations merged into Hogeschool Maastricht with a total of 4,000 students, spread out over the faculties of Expressive Arts, Civil Engineering, Music, Theatre, Interpreting and Translating, and Hotel and Catering.